Hello. I wanted to do my last speech in remembrance of my father. His name was Leonard Thomas. My dad loved family and life. He was so much fun to be around. Wonderful personality, and he joked around all the time. My dad loved all of us girls. I have two sisters. He accepted those sisters as his own. Their father had passed away when they were young, but my dad had raised them. They loved him and he loved them, and we were a whole family. There were no steps to anything except for the steps going into the house. My dad enjoyed going on vacations. We would travel different places until my sisters went to Florida. Once they moved there, that was kind of the destination point, and that's the only place we would go. He didn't enjoy getting out in the heat and all that, but he loved the air conditioning and just sitting inside and spending time with all of us, and he didn't care what we did, but he was having a good time as long as he was inside. I wanted to mention that his favorite holiday was Christmas. He would decorate the house, and there was lights all over the house. It would drive me crazy as a child. I would be so embarrassed. He would have our house decorated like the house on Vacation Christmas with Chevy Chase, if anyone watches that yearly when it comes out. That house is a pretty good example of the light amount that we had on our house when I was growing up. Of course, now I'd like to see all those lights up again. He went to a lot of trouble, but I can see why he did it. He loved the holiday, and he wanted us to all have a good time with him. My dad actually played Santa Claus at two different events during the year, and he did those events for several years. He was Santa Claus at his place of employment. They would have a yearly event where the employees would come and bring their families, and he would let all the small children sit on his lap and play Santa Claus and give them a gift. Then he would also volunteer to play Santa Claus with the American Legion. There were tons of kids in our community who would go to the American Legion and get gifts and things, and my dad was a big part of that, and that was one thing he enjoyed very, very much. One thing that I can really just focus on is how smart that he was in so many ways. In his time, there was so much going on. He didn't finish school. He went quite a long ways, but he didn't graduate. However, he was so smart. He had worked full time, but yet he started his own business. He had a labor skill that was something you didn't see a lot of, and it was saw sharpening. He could sharpen saws or lawnmower blades and things, and actually there were a lot of businesses in our area that could use him and enjoyed his work, came over and over to do it. He advertised a little bit, but the amount of work that he brought in was very impressive. He also taught himself how to play the guitar and the piano. Everyone enjoyed hearing that. He never had lessons, couldn't read a music note, but he knew what he was doing, and he taught himself how to do it. So he was a very smart and intelligent man. No matter what background experience as far as school went, he knew what he was doing, and he knew how to do it. Also, I just wanted to mention that my dad was very loving, very funny. He was a good friend to so many. It's been 9 years since he's passed away. He was very dear to my heart. I loved him. He is the the person that I feel that I could relate to at any time, and he would never let you down. And there'll always be a hole in my heart without him. I hope that you've enjoyed listening to a little bit about my dad, and I guess that concludes my commemorative speech. And I enjoyed having this last speech about him. Thank you very much.